Alright, y'all, so I caught myself doing a pre-market analysis for next week just because it's Friday, and like you all know, the market closes at 4, so when the market closes at 4, the only thing I'm doing is just waiting until Sunday to do a pre-market analysis. And then in reality, I can do it Saturday, I can do it that same day, Friday, when the market closes, and that's what I was doing. So we're about to do a pre-market analysis for next week. Even though we're still in this trade and we still are active, we're going to break down what we see happening for the following week. So starting off with USD CAD, on the daily time frame, if I take away the drawings, you can see the daily have the break, retest, and the continuation. Now it's establishing another break of structure. What I can anticipate is price to form that wick retracement like we've done here. So you can see when price breaks out, price forms that wick retracement. We go towards the 4-hour time frame. You can see that wick retracement. Let me go into replay mode. All right, so going to the 4-hour time frame, you can see the break of structure, and now you can see the wick retracement on the lower time frame, such as the 4-hour, establishing that break of structure. The 1 hour, you see establishing the break and retest of structure to have the continuation towards the downside. So what I am expecting is the daily time frame to perform the break pass, the retest, and the continuation. Once price forms this wick, allowing the lower time frame, such as the 15-minute and the 1 hour time frame, to have some type of retest of a zone. I'm really leaning towards the 15-minute time frame, having a retest of that zone to then have the continuation down towards target. So USD CAD still looks good. We're still in the bearish trend on the 4-hour time frame, still haven't reached targets. 1 hour time frame, we are bearish, breaking out of this left head right shoulder concept. If you can't see, I'll draw it out for you. You can see the break past the neckline structure. Next week, what could happen is price could form a huge retracement, having a retest of this neckline, possibly putting us in drawdown. Who knows? But it could do that, have the retest and then the continuation, or price can have the break past the daily area of interest, which we're doing right now. The lower time frame, such as the 15-minute time frame, can have that pullback, the retest of that zone, and the continuation. So it's two possible outcomes. Two possible scenarios, the same outcome. Just have to wait and be patient and see what happens. With GBP USD, starting on the daily, you can see the daily having a break in the retest of this zone, but the daily hasn't tapped back into our recent break of structure on the daily time frame. And like we know, if that does take place, this will be establishing a break of structure on the 4-hour time frame, allowing the daily to have the retest of that zone. Unless price does get here on the 4-hour, form rejection towards the daily area of interest, and as well form rejection towards this higher low, still maintaining in an uptrend. Therefore, we can possibly look for entries, but we'll have to figure out later on come next week. So we can actually leave this on waiting on the daily. CAD JPY, you can see we caught this pair out, it played out to perfection. We are on a bullish trend. The 4-hour is, however, bearish. And looking at it again from the daily time frame, you can see where we are at. We are still below this zone. We still are treating this zone as resistance. Price has slowed down, showing us the momentum change. And looking at previous data, every time price taps back into it, we're underneath, we're forming that rejection. Now price not only formed this huge rejection, but we formed a shooting star at this area of support / resistance. As we form that shooting star, you can see the 4-hour have the break of structure around here. We can now move this box to look like so. Actually, leave this box alone. But we can see the 4-hour perform the break of structure and now having a retest of the daily area of interest. Since the daily and the 4-hour are out of sync, being the daily is bullish and the 4-hour is bearish, I want to see if the 1 hour is in sync, which we are, and you can see how the 4-hour is bearish and the 1 hour is bearish as well. And the recent break of structure for the 1 hour would be around here, which is good. So come next week, this actually looks like a good counter trend trade opportunity. If price on the 5-minute time frame can perform, have we broken out? So we have this break of structure. So we have a break of structure right here on the 5-minute time frame. You can see the continuation towards the upside. What I want to see now is price form that push, giving us another break of structure, breaking past this recent higher low, the retest of this 1 hour area of interest, which we marked off, and then have our entry confirmation, which we always look for, which is followed up by the following break of structure. So look at something like this opportunity or this setup does look good. So we're going to move this on a counter trend opportunity. Next, we have Euro CAD starting on the daily. Nothing really. Yeah, I'm not really interested in EuroCAD. You can see we are still at this area of resistance where we did catch a trade. I want to say, was it the week before we did catch this trade? Was it last week? I think it was last week. Yeah, it was last week. I'm tripping. We caught this trade last week. So we caught this trade. We closed out here. I said the trade was still going to continue based off of the breaker structure we had on the 4-hour right here. Having the break, retest again of this minor area of interest, which we are treating it as resistance. Had the rejection and then continue to fall towards targets. Right now, the daily is bullish. The 4-hour is bullish until we break past these recent higher lows. But I'm not really interested in any type of trading opportunities. The only possible way I would look for opportunities if that 4-hour break of structure happens around here, going from bullish to bearish. But other than that, not really interested. We can leave this on not ready. Next, NZDJPY. NZDJPY, we are bearish on the daily time frame, but we are back up above this strong area of support. 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is, did we break past this higher low? Yeah, we have. It's showing rejection. Yeah, if I have to think about it, I'm simply going to walk away. NZDJPY, I'm not really interested. We'll wait for the breakout. EuroJPY, we are at an area of resistance. Daily is bullish. 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame is bearish. You can see based off of the break of structure around here. 1 hour, we are in sync with our 4-hour time frame, which is good, and we are at this daily area of interest. This 1 hour time frame recent break of structure is around here, area of support. We can drag this out. Resistance. So this is a well respected zone. As you all can see, we have support over here, resistance, support. So well respected zone. Price is breaking back underneath. Come next week, we would, 5-minute time frame is ugly. So 5-minute time frame, you can see we are bullish. We are looking for sales. So what I would like to see is for the 5-minute to do this, right? We have this push towards the upside, giving us the break of structure, having a continuation, which is then followed up by the break of structure, going back to a bearish trend, stops above, and then targets, like you all know, down below. So I would simply have to wait for the 5-minute to go from bullish to bearish. But if price does perform some type of break of structure down here, I simply won't be interested. Why? Because one, my entry is going to be like this, and I always love to put my stop loss above my area of interest, and you can obviously see how this is just beyond ugly. So not really interested too much, but we can still have opportunity, so we can put counter trend. USDJPY, we are bullish. I don't really see anything but this. Euro NZD is ugly. I'm simply going to just wait for the breakout of structure. GBP NZD, we are breaking back underneath this area of interest, which you all can see. We are bearish on the daily time frame, a strong area of interest. 4-hour time frame, we are bearish. This is ugly. I don't like it. I'm gonna leave that be. Euro NZD, did I see anything? Euro AUD, nothing. NZD USD, we are at an area of resistance. We are bearish. The 4-hour, however, is bullish. I'm not really interested. No, wait, let's go. 4-hour. Daily is bullish, which you all can see. We have reached this area of interest, being support in our recent higher low. I was looking to see if the 4-hour broke bullish, but you can all see we are bearish, so I'm not really interested in any opportunities on this pair. Euro GBP, the daily is bullish, but we are underneath this area of interest, which is treated as resistance. 4-hour, not really. Yeah, 4 hours, but I'm not interested in this. This is going AUD USD, waiting for the breakout. Nothing. We are at an area of interest. You can see how price is bearish, but we are at an area where it has been treating it as support. You can see based off of the reactions from price. 4-hour time frame, however, we are bearish, not really interested. Unless the 4-hour does perform the break underneath, the retest, and possibly give us an entry, then I can look for some type of possibilities. But other than that, I'm not really interested in this. It's ugly. It's nothing. I don't think anything else is going to have anything. Yeah, I don't really see anything going on. Yeah, everything else isn't. Yeah, nothing else is catching my eye. But the top 2 trades we have for next week: CAD JPY, Euro JPY, counter trend opportunities. You can see the daily is bullish, but we are underneath our area of interest on the daily time frame, which is being treated as resistance. The 4-hour time frame is bearish, followed up by the 1 hour being in sync. Like we said, we are at my 1 hour area of interest. We have treated it as support. We have treated it as resistance. We are respecting it. What I wanted to see is the 5-minute switcher structure. We either have the breakthrough followed up by the break of structure back towards the downside, or we simply walk away. Next was CAD JPY. You can see the same thing. Daily time frame is bullish, but we are back underneath this area, treated as resistance and support. 4-hour time frame, we have broken from this bullish trend now to being in a bearish market. 1 hour time frame is in sync with this 4-hour time frame structure, which is around here due to this breakout of our higher lows. Treated as support, treated as resistance, and I'm sure enough if I drag this out towards the left, same thing is taking place here, 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 and here. So what I want to see is on the lower time frame, such as the 5-minute, give me a break of structure past these recent higher lows. Once we can get that break of structure, possibly look for the first entry off of this break of structure, but if not, we will wait for the following break of structure, find our entry, and ride this trade towards our 1 hour lows being around here, looking something like this. Boom, boom, go back to the 5-minute. Good opportunities for next week as far as counter trend opportunities. GBP USD, I didn't see anything, but yeah, these two look good for counter trend. USD CAD, we're still going to hold like we said and see what happens. I will see y'all next week.